I have now completed the entire quest for the fabulous rod in Fish, and today I thought it would be an interesting idea to find out whether the fabulous rod is the best rod in the game for making money, or whether the Astria Serenade is still the best. Astria Serenade may not be the best, but that is what I'm using today. And the reason I'm checking this is because the Fabulous Rod is known to have the Fabulous mutation which sells for 9.6x sell rate. It might be more, might be less, but it's about 9.6. And that is incredible. And I'm going to be finding out whether this is actually worth it or not, or whether you should actually still just use the Astria Serenade, considering the Astria Serenade catches fish a lot faster than the Fabulous Rod. But we're going to be finding out today. So how are we going to do this? So currently I am down in Tidefall area, down here, and I'm going to be heading over here. Now keep in mind in the update that I am doing this in, the hand glider is broken if you use the auto glide settings, so don't use it, as you can see. So if I use auto, that is currently disabled. So yeah, they basically broken the hand glider, so you can't actually use that in this version that I'm doing this video in. It is a little bit worse, much worse. It's a lot harder to use. Now, I'm going to be over here in this bestiary called Bastion, and that is because this is the best area for making money, as how I found in my last money making video. And what we are going to be doing is we're going to be fishing here for a full night using an Aurora totem and a mutations totem, because I actually had a mutation totem active in my testing for money video. So I'm actually going to be using that to ensure that a mutation totem is used in both nights, rather than a mutation totem in one and not in the other. I don't want that accident happening. So we're going to be using an Aurora totem and a mutation totem both times. First, we're going to be using the Piercing Sequence Astria Serenade. Then we're going to be changing over to the Fabulous Rod, which has Santa and Tryhard. Now, Santa does have a 30% chance for a fish mutation, increases fish size by 30%, and increases progress speed by 30%, and the Fishmas mutation are all the mutations you get in Fishmas. Hive does have a lot of cell rate, which is going to be a boost to this, and of course I got Tryhard on this, so I'm going to be struggling a little bit more. And for the Astria Serenade, Piercing increases progress speed by 15% and has a chance to stab the fish. And Sea Prince basically just makes fish bigger. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's kick it off with the first night. Right, so now I need to pop a sundial totem to make it nighttime. So currently it's daytime, there we go, it's now nighttime. Let's pop an Aurora totem and a mutation totem, and let's sell my entire inventory and begin. So let's start the time lapse. And it is now the end of the night. The mutation surge did end a tiny bit before, so we don't need to wait for that to end before moving on to the next one. So, how many fish did we get, and how much money did we generally make? So from this area down here from Typhoon, not Typhoon, just everything down here. So we got all of these fish down here, ignoring all of the ones here that are from the event. So we got a bunch of stuff here. We got enchant relics that don't make a difference, because I've got sell stuff on that don't count towards that. Oh, Bella just spawned. So we've got a bunch of stuff down here. So if I do from Coral, so this is everything from Coral Bastion that we caught. That's not bad. That's a good chunk of stuff. A chunk of fish. So if I sell all 1.293 million. So now what we are going to do is we're going to confirm, and we ended up selling 130 fish. That is pretty good. Now, of course, the Astria Serenade does have the advantage here on catching fish much faster than the Fabulous Rod, but we are now going to move over to the Fabulous Rod, which can make more money off one fish, depending on what mutation it gets. If a fish caught with Astria's Serenade gets the Astria's mutation, it could make less money than the same fish of the same weight caught with the Fabulous mutation. I will fact check myself on that one later though, because the cell race could easily be the exact same. But then of course, Astria Serenade does have more than just the Astria's mutation, it has a lot more. And of course the Fabulous Rod in my case, does have the enchant of Santa, which does give multiple enchants, meaning in general, the Fabulous Rod statistically has a higher chance of getting a mutation at all. So now we are going to be moving on to the Fabulous Rod. So how this one is going to work is we're going to be using the Fabulous Rod, of course, but we are also going to be fishing in the same area with the same stats. So we need an Aurora Totem, but we also need to use a Sundial Totem before we can even use it. So now, we need to make it night time so we can use the Aurora Totem. Then we'll be using another Mutation Totem to balance it out with the last test, to make it a fair test. So now it's night time, so let's pop an Aurora Totem and a Mutation Totem, and let's begin the time lapse once again. And it is now the end of the second night with the Fabulous Rod. So now, how much money did we make and how much fish did we end up catching? So currently from Coral Bastion we caught this many fish, which to me looks about either the same or a little bit less. Let's sell all 1.9 million, and I've just done the count up, so I'm actually not going to be selling all of these fish now. I'm going to be waiting until next week's admin review to sell my entire inventory. But that is 1.9 million from 98 fish. And from Coral Bastion we got 1.2 million with the Astria Serenade with 130 fish. So yes, you don't catch anywhere near as many fish. In fact, you catch 32 fish less, but you still catch or get a whopping $600,000 more. That is insane. And in fact, if you guys were at all using the Astria Serenade to make money, don't use the Fabulous World. If you can get your hands on a Santa's relic, I recommend you use the Santa enchantment, and maybe Peppermint if you want the slashes. Or you can go for Tryhard for the progress speed, or you can go for Sequence or Overclocked, and that will work very, very well. And that is how much money you can make with the Astria Serenade compared to the Fabulous World in Fish. And conclusions, which one's better? Fabulous Rod by a long shot. It is way better, considering with Santa Tryhard, it makes 600,000 fish more than the Astria Serenade with 32 fish less than the Astria Serenade. So definitely worth getting your hands on the Fabulous Rods if you can. It's a very long-winded quest, I'm not going to go over it. It's a very long quest, I can't be bothered to do a long tutorial on it. It would be over an hour long. And yeah, if you can get your hands on it, I very much recommend it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.